So I'm drawing out some tapers. What I'm gonna end up making are some 4-inch hooks for Nate Heathen Design Co. on Instagram. Check him out. So that's what we're working on today. I got a set of 6 going out the door. I got some railroad spike hooks that are also going out. I'll show you those before they ship. And it's gonna be a busy day in the forge. So what I'm working on today are these coat hooks. They're just little tiny coat hooks, and they start as this 2.5-inch 3/8 round stock. So I cut the 2.5-inch out of the 3/8 round bar that I've got laying around, and I forge them down, and then I'll finish them up on the grinder just to make sure they look really good. I'll drill them on the drill press, and we'll get them out the door today. So that's what we're working on, turning these into these. Something neat. A lot of what I'm doing today is going to be waiting for the forge to heat up the steel that I'm working on. Waiting for this thing to get hot. Then we'll work the steel once it's good and hot. Back in the forge it goes. Hot steel. Alright, so we're just drawing the taper out. We're going to keep going to this square from the back to the front. Tell when I'm working for pay because I'm working a lot faster than when I'm working for myself. If it's fun, it can take its time. If it's for work, I'm getting it done. So we've drawn the taper down. You can see how square it is. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to break the 90s off the square and it'll make it octagonal. From octagonal, you can go to round. That's how you draw out a taper. So we're going to leave the parent stock so I can hold on to it. We're going to draw these down to an octagon, and then we're going to go to round. We'll get them all set up in the same stage. We'll roll the ends. We'll set the end up for the hook, or for where the nail will go, and we'll move on. So I'm doing piecework. We're going to do them all the same stage. That way I'm working on one thing at a time. Right now, just the tapers. So we're going to break the corners down right now to get this to be octagonal. And you want to be careful when it's really hot because this will roll, it'll turn into a rhombus. You don't want a rhombus, you want to make sure you go octagonal. So the light taps with this hammer are the right way to go. Make sure you knock them corners down good. Once the corners are knocked down, you can start putting some weight behind your hammer. Now that we've got it octagonal, we're going to take the next heat to really smooth it out, make it round. Then we'll work on the other end where the mounting surface will go. On to the next one. Here we go. Whoopsies. I just dropped my piece all the way in the forge. Coming out hot. Here we go. All right, so we're going to square. You can see I already started the taper on this one. By keeping the steel real hot and working from the back to the front, what we're avoiding is called fish lips. If you start at the end and you work your way back, you're gonna get this weird shape. There's gonna be a hollow part. By working from the base out, you're gonna get that bulge at the end. The bulge is what you want. That way you can shape it and it's not gonna look sharp. You gotta avoid the fish lips. Work from the back to the front. Pop. Now we're octagonal. You can see those different surfaces there. Not quite clean yet, not quite straight, but we're going to do it in the next heat and get it all finished up. It's hard to tell, that's still hot. You can't see it in the light in the studio here, but that's still got a red glow to it. It's probably, gosh, I don't know, 1300 degrees right there. If I touched that, I'd lose all my skin. So That's why I'm working it. Some folks on the internet think it looks cold, but it's really hard to tell in the studio light. That's still a hot piece of steel. All right, so now that we've got all 5 of the remaining hooks down to the same shape and taper, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually put them all in the forge at once, get the ends hot, and I'm gonna make the loop. I'm gonna curl the end under so there's no sharp point for anybody to get their fingers stuck on. I'll show you how I do that next. And then we're gonna go ahead and make the mounting surface and drill them on the drill press. So those 5 will soon look like that guy. A little bit cleaner because obviously it's going out for sale, so we're gonna straighten them up and make sure they look shiny. Good and perfect for you, Nate. Check them out. End is rolled, we're gonna quench it. We cool that off so it doesn't bend when I strike it. Now we're gonna bring it to the horn and finish it up. So this section here, what I'm going to be doing is called setting down. I'm going to use that shiny spot that I've already used before on my anvil. I'm going to put the tip right there, and I'm going to set the shoulder down. What that does is gives us a mounting surface. You want to make sure you don't favor one side more than the other. They're going to be uneven. So I made a boo-boo, and I tried to straighten this one while it was cold, and as you can see, right here, it's split. It's a crack, it's fractured, so now I got to make another one. Okay, so I got my work done, and the hardest part about this is I have 6 minutes to get these finished, which I mean I need to wire wheel them, polish them, shape them correctly, because some of this shit I want to organize and make it look a little more uniform, drill them. So it's hard working for yourself and managing time to get paid what I need to get paid for these. I got to get it done in 6 minutes, which is not going to happen, which is fine. It happens sometimes. You just have to account for it, and sometimes that shit happens.